Musician, author and composer Billy Monama has partnered with SAMPRA and the Joburg Theatre for a one-night-only concert titled Back to the Future. The concert will be staged on the 4th of February at the Joburg Theatre. Back to the Future is an offering that plays like Monama's autobiography, reflecting on his musical journey. For more on this, we are joined by Monama himself. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, Billy.
Yes, thank you so much, for the, opportunity. And good evening to your viewers, and good evening to you, Katlego.
A very good evening to you. Now, we last spoke about a year ago when your book, The Introduction to South African Guitar Styles, Volume 1, was out. What was the reaction of the audiences to that book?
Mixed, reactions. And, the consumers, they were like, Billy, others were like disappointed, and then others were so excited. They were like, oh, Billy, this was great presentation of research. And then others were like, but Billy, this thing, because now books, they are different, and there's autobiographies, there's fiction, and there's non-fiction, and so forth. And there's what in music, there's what is called songbook. So now people, they thought that is a songbook.
Right.
It is not a songbook. A songbook is a collection of repertoire put together, song list put together. So now that book, it contained so much of history background, historical background, and also and biographies. So it was, I think maybe people, they were expecting it that when they get the book, obviously they will be able to play. And they did not know that they still have to do the work. So now, and the varsities, the educators, the scholars, they welcomed it because it is something that they've been waiting for a long time. And they need it as well.
Speaking of the varsities and the scholars, towards the end of 2022, you hosted a colloquium, and it was in collaboration with the Gauteng Department of Education, amongst other collaborators as well, and it was focused on the music education system for South African black schools.
Yeah.
How important is it for you to be able to contribute your voice to such, especially being an artist?
It is a very difficult exercise, I must say, because it has to do with politics, and one of the hindrance of advancement of this initiative, it is because of this bureaucracy, there's hierarchy in that, space that I'm trying to enter. For me to do the colloquium, it was to invite the educational specialists and and curriculum specialists to come and have a conversation with us as authors and creatives and and educators, so that they can share what are the what is the recipe for the curriculum to be advanced. And one of the most important thing they've raised, it was the material. So now, previously it was said that there's no material to teach with. And I presented some books that they were published just last year. I know of about 4 books that they were published that they have a potential of being included into the curriculum. So now the question is how do those books get into the curriculum? Then that's when the problem starts.
But why do you believe that there's so much bureaucracy, like you say, and red tape in something that is so fundamental? I mean, the teachings of music, especially to young black children, could be a path that opens up a career like one that you have.
This thing, it starts with who comes with the solution. There's a problem, and we know that there's a problem, and they know that there's a problem. But now the problem is that who comes with the solution? The solution, it comes with Billy. And then Billy, who is affiliated with. It's politics. It is kind of, exhausting. And one day I was sitting thinking, why am I doing this? And I realized that the reason why I'm doing this is because of my consciousness and also that I'm patriotic. And it is time. Someone has to do it. Someone has to do it. it is not an easy task, I must say. It's like when there's fire, and we want to extinguish the fire. Someone is looking at the color of the bucket. They don't look at the content that this guy is carrying water. They look at my age. They look at So it's one of those technicalities. I mean, like there's just so much,
I mean, speaking of being patriotic, as an artist, you often lend your voice to many social ills that we're experiencing as South Africans. How important is it for artists to be able to take that responsibility in relaying messages of hope, as you're about to do with the concert coming up next week?
Music, it is the soul and the heart of the nation. It contributes. It plays an integral role in advancing and also addressing the social issues like socialism. So now, for example, this show, I had to think about it. I'm presenting all the projects that I've ever done. Some people, they know me as an author, and I'm going to present the music that I've discovered through my research, from Chitsonga, from Bakanga, Kwela, and all those heroes who invented those styles, the Philip Tabani, you name them. And there's a side whereby I have a project called the Grassroots Project. So now this project, it is set to revive South African music. Previously, I featured people like Hostix Mabuse, Sipogazi. So now this time around, I'm featuring Brenda Mtambo, because I've never featured her before. Then I have my album, because I'm a recording artist. I'm bringing my compositions, from back in the day, from the debut album, and then I'm bringing also the new material. So now this concert is a concert that is set to pay tribute to those people who has demised, during COVID. And you must understand, as musicians, I was telling someone that, we can't even bury our colleagues, because we have lost so much of our fellow musicians, our fellow artists. We couldn't even bury them because you are needed to go to work. So now we're paying tribute to those. So now in the show, I have what is called an intercession. When at church, yes. So now we'll be doing the revival. There are so many people whom their spirits are broken. So we have that section. We have the love corner, because they're still struggling with this so-called, the mysterious thing called love. So we have composition. So now it's such a... And then we have also, I call it... the black consciousness. Now that's the section whereby now Brenda Mtambo is coming to speak about social cohesion, because if racism ended in 1994, today we were not going to have events such as what you saw in December at the pool. So it means this thing is not over. So we need to keep on reminding those people who took our land. So you know what's going to happen.
No, it's going to be a mixed bag of so many beautiful things. The 4th of February at the Johannesburg Market Theatre.
No, at Joburg Theatre.
At the Joburg Theatre, sorry. We certainly will be looking forward to your performances and that first-time collaboration with Brenda Mtambo that you're going to have there on stage. We know she's got a beautiful, sultry, very African voice, and we do wish you all the best for that. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.